Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Erin's Book Club. I have another book review to do, and I must say I was surprised about this one. I might actually have a new favorite author, or one that's right up there with Stephen King for me. So the book that I'd like to review is Fahrenheit 451, which is a Ray Bradbury book. And apparently Ray Bradbury is an author that does a lot of short stories and that kind of thing. So I didn't really know what I was getting into when I got into this book. And the first thing that I need to say is that this book had, let's see, a new introduction by Ray Bradbury, and then a foreword by Ray Bradbury, and then another introduction by Ray Bradbury. So that was far too many introductions. By the time I got to the actual story, I swear to God, if I heard him talk about how he got arrested for walking and how that created the book The Pedestrian one more time, I was gonna lose my shit. I think that for those who read the entire book when they're reading books, maybe one introduction would be great, or one forward would be great, but all three of them, by the end of it, hearing and reading the same thing again and again got to be very tedious. However, I did enjoy the fact that he explained in the introduction that he wrote this book in kind of like a fervor of emotion, and he wrote the first 25,000 words, then he had a bit of a break and then wrote the next 25,000 words, and that was interesting because you could actually see in the story that he wrote the emotion and the quickness of the story, and how he was just getting it all out, and before he forgot anything, you could actually feel that. But let me first of all describe what the story is about. Let's see here. I'm just going to read the description. The story takes place in a bleak, hadeoistic future where ideas are illegal and thinking is discouraged as people pursue lives of mindless happiness. In this world, firemen don't put out fires, they start them, specifically to any home containing the most forbidden of possessions, the printed book. Fireman Guy Montag enjoys his work, but his pleasures turn to ash when a free-thinking young neighbor kindles his imagination, and he discovers that books are flesh and blood. Ideas cry out silently when you put them to the torch. When the woman vanishes, Montag starts smuggling home that which he would destroy, and begins an irrevocable and dangerous journey down the path of freedom. So basically, it's a future world that was written about, I think, in like 1966. I think that's when it took place. But it is so, I don't know, accurate to our own world. It's about a future that I think we are coming upon, where the government has made us so busy in doing our lives and in watching infomercials and in watching TV. Like, part of the context of the stories are like the TVs are the size of walls and they actually interact with you. So you keep people so like addicted to that they don't actually really live their lives, and they stop caring about the fellow man. They've also increased the speed in highways, so there's no such thing as a speed limit. You can actually be put into jail for going too slow. And there's one sentence in the book where the wife is like, "Oh, I like going out and going fast, and when you go in the country, you can actually, you might actually be able to hit a dog or a cat, and I really enjoy that." And it shows how heartless the human race has become in this world, how it's all about them and how shallow they are, and how the idea of thinking of others is just so frowned upon. How everybody has to be the same because you don't want to destroy anybody's emotions or feelings, and how it's gone to that extreme. And I see it coming here, and it's scary that somebody that's in the past can write about what's happening here. Like, today's children nowadays are raised to be all about them. It's a me generation, and I don't want to work for my money. I just want to have my money given to me, and I don't care about other people's emotions or feelings. It's all about how I feel, and if I've been in trouble, or if I'm struggling for something, you've got to help me out, but I'm not going to help you out unless I can get something about it in the past, and I can bring that up to you and be like, see how I helped you out in the past, now you got to do what I say. And it's so prudent to what's going on in life now that it's actually scary. And we've taken the human out of the human race in this book, and the way that it ends is so real, and it's not the happy fluffy ending. It's an incredible journey, and the first half of the book gets you so wound up into it that you want to find out more, and the other end of the book is a letdown, but it's the same kind of letdown that you would get if our life got to that point. And then there's this war near the end that ends up being like 2 seconds because the entire world just gets bombed, and there's just no love for the fellow human man anymore, and there's just no let's help you just to help you, or let's support you just to support you, instead of let's help you and support you because I know in the future I'm going to need help and support, and I know I can call that on you. It's what the entire story was about, and the reason that books were outlawed, kind of, is because the books gave you an outlook into a different world, into what different people are thinking, into what different people are doing, and to what your actions may be doing to you. And the only books that you can read are the books that the government say are okay. So like comic books and like condensed books where you don't actually do anything. Like, it's not an actual honest to goodness book. It's just a quick read. Really a phenomenal story. It's one that I got done really, really quick. And I think I'm going to find more of Ray Bradbury's stuff. I must say I don't really like the cover. The cover's kind of boring. But the book was written well, it was written quickly, it was written concisely, and it's been a long time since I've enjoyed a book this much. Like, since I wanted to read the book instead of doing anything else. So, like, there was a time last night where I shut off the lamp and went to bed, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I turned it back on and read it. And it's interesting the way he has really quite accurately predicted the way that our society is going. And it's really kind of scary how the heart is being bled out of society. But anyway, that is my review of Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. And if any of you guys are into futuristic novels, or into different concepts, or like, again, you like books, so you've obviously going to like this book, give it a try. I think this is a good start for Ray Bradbury. I think I'm going to find more of his stuff and just find out if it's an author that I'm going to be more interested in the future. So thank you guys for listening to me rant about this wonderful book, and I will let you know when I have another book read. Have a great day, guys.